Hey, this is Beth, your sweet urban living lady, and I'm in my kitchen today making several DIY projects. This is going to be a little mini series of projects that I'm working on. So this is number 2 in my series of 3 so far. We may go more. In this particular video, we're going to make our own bathroom toilet freshener. Many of y'all have heard of the brand Poo-Pourri. Great video. When it was first introduced, I just laughed. I just loved, I mean, here I am, a poop video. But it's like, you know, we all poop, we all do it, so it's not anything to be ashamed of, but sometimes the smells coming out of the toilet can be. Making your own is super easy, and you can go online and you can find different recipes for different blends that you might like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate what they did in their original recipe for our personal bathroom freshener, and then another set of fragrances together. I think I came across it somewhere. If I find that link, because a lot of times what herbalists and aromatherapists do is they find something that they like a long time ago and they bring it into the future. I love giving credit where credit is due. So anytime I can share a recipe that I have found, I try to do that and give acknowledgement to the person who did it. But orange and cinnamon are our favorites from way back. And the original recipe of Poo-Pourri is, if not fully based on, is loosely based on a combination of bergamot essential oil, pink grapefruit essential oil, and lemongrass essential oil. And I have the Nature Sunshine blend. I like Nature Sunshine products. I've used Nature Sunshine herbs for almost 30 years or more, and I do love them. They have a pretty good line of essential oils. There are other good. I use Young Living as well. I don't happen to have Young Living out. I've used Acacia. I've used Eau Shade. I've used many different essential oil brands, and they all have something good, okay? And some may be a little bit better in one area than another, but I'm going to just share with you what I have on hand. I have both a plastic bottle and a glass bottle. I prefer glass. I found this at my local grocery store. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use the entire size. I'm just going to use it up to like 4 ounces because the spray bottles I have on hand are only 1 ounce. So I am going to make the original recipe, that, you know, do-it-yourself recipe using this plastic bottle. I'm going to order some bigger glass bottles so that I have them here within a day or 2 and switch it over. But for the recipe, I'm going to use this. I kind of like this big spray thing instead of the little pump for spraying. It'll help get your whole bathroom fresh. So to make this recipe is so easy. The first thing we want to do is we want to use alcohol. It's the alcohol that helps make our recipe disperse and hold the essential oils in our liquid. So we're going to open up our alcohol. And we're going to, for the 4 ounce spray, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol. Funnel. I have lots of funnels. That one looks a little dirty. We will rewash that. It may not have gotten washed properly before it came home from our herbal weekend away, our herbal boot camp. If you didn't hear me share about our herbal boot camp in the video that we did where we made our body wash, in part 1 of our do-it-yourself bath and body products, we do our herbal boot camp. We do weekends away. My colleague and I, we do weekends away where we go to these really nice venues out in the mountains in a cabin, and we just immerse ourselves in natural health things. You can learn more about that on our website, sweeturbanliving.com, or our education website, sweeturbanliving.thinkific.com. Both of those links are going to be in the comments. We have a weekend coming up as of the filming of this video in September that is going to be on muscle response testing and energy healing, and it's going to be a fabulous weekend. So check it out. That may be something you're interested in joining us. Seats do fill up quick. We keep it small. We keep it so that people can learn. Back to our bath freshener. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of alcohol. One. Oh, yeah, this Very messy. And 2. All right, and then we're going to use our essential oils for our original recreation DIY. And we're going to use, I have pink grapefruit. We're going to use 12 drops of the pink grapefruit. We are going to use 10 drops of bergamot. And 10 drops of our lemongrass. One more. 12. And I've already measured out. You want to use like distilled water. This is a reverse osmosis water. You want to use really good clean water where there are no dissolved solids still left in it. If you use tap water, even if you use like a regular filter, it may not get all of the what we call dissolved solids. You can use it, but the chemicals and dissolved solids in that water might interact with the essential oil and give it a little bit of a different smell. And you know what? It's okay. This is for our home use. This is DIY. If you are doing this for a crafting, a hobby that you sell, you might want to use the distilled water instead or reverse osmosis. So here we go. And it's the alcohol in it that gives it that cloudy look. That's perfectly normal. We're going to swirl it around so that the essential oils become dispersed in it. And like I said, this is plastic. It's an okay plastic bottle. I really prefer glass when I'm using essential oils because essential oils are volatile oils. They are powerful. Yep. That smells just like you think it would smell. All right, so there's project number 1. So I've got these neat little chalk labels, and so I'm just going to do, because Poo-Pourri is a name brand, I'm not going to put Poo-Pourri on here. I'm going to put Bath, this is not writing, Freshener. Okay, this did not write. Boo on this pen. Okay. So, but I know what it is. I've got it and I will update my label. So let's go ahead and go to the next one where we're going to do a little different smell because sometimes we like a different smell in our bathroom. So it's the same general idea, but because this is just a 1 ounce spray bottle, I only need a half a teaspoon of my alcohol. Half a teaspoon. Looks like somebody pulled that. Okay, this is why I have multiple measuring spoons. You notice I've got my stainless steel. I've got these plastic. These have magnets in between, and so the magnets stick to each other so they fit nicely in the drawer and they just stay together. These long fit into bottles better, spice bottles and things like that. And I have other sets. I have at least 4 sets of measuring spoons because like I said, I tend to, when I'm doing something like this, I'm working on multiple projects at one time. I go from one to the next to the next. So that way I just can just keep on moving. If honestly, it looks like somebody, we're not going to say this out loud. Don't let Mr. Sweet hear me say this, but he probably took the half tablespoon off for when he was grilling and it didn't make it back on. Okay, let's get back to work. Let's not throw Mr. Sweet under the bus. Okay, so we're going to use half a teaspoon now of the alcohol for this little 1 ounce bottle. Since we're using the orange and the cinnamon, I broke this down and we're going to do 6 drops of orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 7. 1 escaped. And 3 drops of cinnamon. This is cinnamon leaf. 1, 2, 3. Rather than cinnamon bark, it still smells like cinnamon, and it's fine. Now I've got more than an ounce of water. I only have a 1 ounce bottle, and we've already put some alcohol in it. So we're going to pour very slowly so we don't overfill. Even though we're using a funnel, we want to be careful. Oh, and did I overfill? Yes, I did. Okay. And then we're going to take, all right, and I really, you know, I would love, we can now do so much with videos. You can see me, you can hear me, but you can't smell what I'm doing. You need to smell it. So let's kind of swirl it, and see what this smells like. Oh yeah, that's really nice. And so here's the thing. You can use either one of these just to spray the room itself, or you can spritz the bowl. You're going to have a lovely, instead of a stinky smelling bathroom. So let me get some labels. Okay, so I left and came back, and it looks like my chalkboard labels work after all. So so I'm going to use, I haven't named these blends, so I'm going to I'm just going to put orange and cinnamon spray. That's so funny because when I looked at it, I'm going, oh no, this isn't working. And then give it a few minutes, and lo and behold, it looks beautiful. So see, there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, after sitting a few minutes, it's not very tidy, but there we go. Now it's starting to come out. Thanks for joining me for this one. Please be sure to stay tuned and watch for the next one where we make some salves. I'm going to make a calendula salve. I might even make some muscle and joint salves. I already have some on hand, but I have some of the oil infusion left over from our herbal boot camp. Join me again because this is some good stuff.